Hey guys, it's August 4th. I'm Chris.
I'm Mike.
Our first big story is Ghostbusters 3. Paul Feig is rumored to be directing, but the biggest part is that it might be an all-female cast.
You know, I was reading this over the weekend and I still can't believe it, and I refuse to accept it. I mean, that's a bit sacrilegious to me. I mean, Ghostbusters is a classic.
It is, and the characters in it, you know, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, they built those characters, and I can't imagine the different dynamics with, I don't know, Melissa McCarthy or somebody like that?
I think it just goes to the whole reboot thing. Why? Why not just make another fun movie that's a loose association to Ghostbusters? It's like a Ghostbusters movie and make it with girls. Why do you have to take Ghostbusters and reboot it? It's this addiction. First of all, you don't have to reboot, just continue Ghostbusters. Their kids are Ghostbusters now, and cast Seth Rogen, throw Jonah Hill in there, and you've got a winning formula.
If you had to cast one more, who would it be?
I think you need like the kind of lady killer guy in there. So you get like Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, and like throw you in Channing Tatum or Bradley Cooper, someone like that. It'd be pretty hilarious to have like the chiseled guy whose life has kind of gone crappy, and this is what his lot in life is.
I would pay for that movie.
Well, very good. Don't take my ideas.
Speaking of paying for movies, Guardians of the Galaxy just blew it away at the box office. They made about $94 million this week, and nobody was expecting that. They were like maybe 70 or something like that. This was huge for Marvel.
Yeah, I think what's amazing about this is that for the whole, 2014 calendar year, everyone's been talking this is Marvel's biggest gamble, and now it might look like it's their smartest and biggest play ever because they just said that they can make a big movie without relying on some well-known comic book, character that everyone identifies with, like Captain America or Iron Man.
Yeah, it's true. This has actually made more money than Thor, the last Thor: The Dark World. And that was an established franchise that had a fan base. And this is just
Why do you think it did that? How do you think they scored such a big win? I mean, they've been marketing Chris Pratt like crazy, but what do you think made this movie resonate?
I think it's a lot has to do with the draw of the female audience. This is the first Marvel movie that's been co-written by a woman. And apparently about 44% of moviegoers were women this year for this movie.
That's an actual answer to my actual question. I will say I spoke to a lot of people this weekend who hadn't even heard of Guardians of the Galaxy, which really surprised me, and then I was just looking at the numbers. So amazing. I haven't seen it yet, so stay tuned for my review. Yeah, good.
Fantastic Four reboot.
My God.
We've been kind of hearing
about this. Did we just cover these reboots? Didn't I just do my rant on reboots?
I don't know. They've apparently already filmed the entire movie. Kate Mara put up a picture on Twitter saying, hey, great shoot, blah, blah, blah.
I kind of actually knew that. I was lucky enough to have a talk with Michael B. Jordan when he was promoting something else, and he was coming out of New Orleans. They were already shooting. He said they were already a month in. I was like, wow, they really went in under the radar here and just started shooting.
Why weren't they at Comic-Con?
There's been a lot of theories about how Comic-Con is no longer the event that it used to be, and it can sometimes backfire for films to launch at Comic-Con because the one wrong marketing move can really, can taint your whole campaign. So maybe they just weren't quite ready, and they said, you know what, let's stay out of the way of all these big guys and come out a little quieter towards the end of the summer.
Do you think this movie's gonna be any good?
I'm worried. Chronicle's a fun movie, but if Chronicle's a flawed movie, Josh Trank kind of just, he came out of the gate and suddenly everyone's like, well, this guy, Hanema, this is what they do. Mark Webb took Spider-Man, what's his name? Gareth Evans is doing a Star Wars movie.
Right.
I worry about rushing this young talent into big franchises like this, and when I hear that it's nothing like the comics, and it's not a real comic book movie, and I've seen Chronicle, no, worried. Definitely worried. You heard it here first, worried.
Paleontologists, now this is a really cool discovery. They've discovered a dinosaur that not only had feathers, but also scales.
How does that work? What was on the inside and what was on the outside?
Well, it was a mixture of, it was kind of like they're saying it was almost like a big chicken. Now, the reason that this is important is because they always knew dinosaurs maybe developed feathers later on, but this might prove that they had them from the very beginning.
Wow.
So this completely screws up Jurassic Park.
I mean, that's what I was going to say. My biggest concern is how do they reshoot Jurassic World with Chris Pratt right now to accommodate, giant flying chickens?
I know, it's, I'm hoping we don't see that particular dinosaur in it because it might change it a little bit.
That would be really amazing if the Colin Trevorrow managed to sneak that in at the last minute, just have a giant chicken dinosaur. I mean, listen, I'll pay to see it. It's fine. Jurassic World, I'll take it.
Now, another cool study that we just found out about is that playing video games actually might be kind of good for kids. Apparently, if you play 1 hour a day, thereabouts, you're more well-adjusted than kids who do not play video games or kids who play too much video
I thought you were going to say you're more, your learning skills are improved or your decision-making skills, but you're more well-adjusted by being more isolated in a video game.
It turns out you're happier, you have better relationships, and you do better overall in things like school.
Take that, girlfriend who yells at me with my 5-hour Call of Duty sessions, more adjusted.
Thanks guys, see you tomorrow.